class. It's me, Mrs. Elkins. I wanted to share with you a new book I just got, and I know it is a character you've read before and that you must love just like me. Pete the Cat. It's Pete the Cat's Train Trip. Let's go ahead and share this story together now. And of course, here is the title page where it says Pete the Cat's Train Trip. And here's our friend Pete the Cat. He's so cute, right? I hope you can see him. I like him. Now, Pete the Cat is going to visit his grandma. He gets to ride on a train. And here he is at the train station. Pete's mom buys 3 tickets. She gives one to Pete and one to his brother. So there they are. They're 3 tickets. And I see that they have 3 pieces of luggage too. 1, 2, 3. Count that. Don't want to skip a page. And here I see the clock, and it has trains today. Currently, it is 9:25. Pete looks up at the big board. Our train is leaving at 10 o'clock, he says. A train speeds by. That's a cargo train, Bob tells Pete. And do you see it going by? I love to watch trains. I hope you do too. Pete's train has arrived. All aboard, calls the conductor. And see there, they're getting on the train right now. Pete's mom finds 3 seats. I can't wait to see Grandma, says Bob. I can't wait to explore the train, says Pete. See how they're sitting there? And you can look out the windows. I wonder, have you ever been on a train? So exciting. I hope one day you get to if you haven't. The conductor comes to collect the tickets. Pete hands over his. And you see him giving it to the conductor? He's a duck. I love trains, says Pete. I'll show you around, says the conductor. And do you see how Pete's wearing a train conductor hat like that too? A lot of people who work on trains wear hats just like that. Pete follows the conductor from car to car as the floor rumbles under his feet. Do you see him? He's following him around. A lot of the other passengers are reading. Do you see the dog and the frog, how they're reading? A lot of people like to read while they're on trains or get work done on their way, right? It's like a win-win. Wow, Pete says when they get to the caboose. We're going over a bridge. See all the fun places you can go on a train? You can go to the mountains, to the beach, to the city. Right now they're going over water, right? Going over a river, and you can see hills and mountains on both sides. Pete sees his mom and Bob. They are at the snack bar. I got this for you, says Bob. And you can see they got some apples, some healthy snacks. I think Mom has a glass of water. And it says snack bar, snack. Pete follows the conductor. He goes to the front of the train. He's lucky. And see the matching hats like I told you. Come in, says the engineer. So this must be the engineer's hat, and this is a conductor's hat. The conductor helps on the train, but the engineer helps to drive it, right, and control it. Which one would you rather be? The conductor who walks around and helps the passengers, or the engineer? Which hat? I think that's going to be our activity. I can't wait to see which one you'll choose. Wow, Pete says. The engineer shows him the engine. The engineer shows Pete the train's brakes. There is a tunnel up ahead. So see, the engineer controls all that. He tells it when to stop, how fast or slow to go. He's controlling it. That's the engineer. Now look at them. See them driving it? As they go through the tunnel, Pete gets to honk the horn. Toot, toot. Everything is light again. Thanks for showing me around, Pete says. He's saying bye to the engineer now. Do you think he'll go back with the conductor or his family? Let's find out. On his way back to his seat, Pete stops and makes new friends. Look at the new friends. That's kind of like us making new friends in our class. They live in different towns. They are getting off at different stops. And you can see them. There's a cat, 2 cows, a chicken, and a chick. Pete plays games. A little kid wears his hat. Pete sings a song. And you can see he brought his guitar. What a groovy ride. I think Pete likes the train. We get off at the next stop, says Pete's mom. Toot, toot. Pete looks out the window and sees. What do you think he's going to see? Who is he going to visit? Do you remember? Let's find out. Grandma! Pete is the first one off the train. Pete's grandma gives him a big hug. It feels good. That's nice. That's a good way to greet grandma, right? Pete loves riding the train, but he loves his grandma even more. Ah, that's nice, right? And hopefully you love your grandma too. It's going to be time to respond to reading. Go ahead and get your read and response journal. I'm going to get mine. Do you remember what yours looks like? Let me show you. Mine is black. Yours might be a different color, or it might even have a design on it. Maybe it's yellow, but as long as it has the metal binding, that's our read and respond journal. Go get it now. Pause the tape. I'll wait for you. Great, you got it. Now let's find the next open page. Make sure you always pause the tape and follow the directions so you don't get behind. So remember, we don't like to skip pages. Mrs. Elkins doesn't like to waste. So we keep going and going. And here is my next page right here. Go ahead and find your next page. Pause the tape and find it. I'll wait. Great. You found your next page that's empty. It looks like this. I'm so proud of you for pausing like you're supposed to. Remember earlier in the book, Pete the Cat's train trip? There was a point where we saw the conductor and the engineer. The conductor helps people on the train. He gets to look around and relax more, but he also helps people find their stuff, find a seat, get food, and sometimes introduce them to the engineer. Now, the engineer, he's the one who drives the train, right? He controls it and stops it and tells how fast. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to draw a picture of ourselves, and we will be either wearing this black hat to say, I'd rather be a conductor, or this blue and white hat to say, I'd rather be an engineer. And we're going to write the sentence. Let me show you. Okay, so you are going to copy this sentence. You're going to write, I rather be a, and then you're going to either say conductor or engineer. Then you're going to have to draw a picture of your face wearing either the conductor hat or the engineer's blue and white hat. Let me show you. Pause your tape, write the sentence, and either say, I'd rather be a conductor, period, or I'd rather be a engineer, period. Okay? Write your sentence first. Pause the tape and copy this. So you're going to draw a picture of yourself I've made mine really big so you can see it. And then you're going to make a hat. I'm not going to tell you which one I'm going to do yet. I'm either going to color it in all black to say I'm going to be a conductor, or I'm going to make blue and white stripes going down to say I want to be an engineer. So draw yours, color it in, and be ready to share. And remember, you can rewind this tape or rewatch it at any time. I can't wait to see your work. Do your best.